Hello there folks, it's my conclusion to top 50 of all time, and today we're talking about my ultimate top 10, my favorite 10 games that I want to play all the time, even if I cannot. And I'm joined by Alina, who will...
I'll be filling this space next to you.
Yes, and comment on my picks and how bad they are.
I don't think I am gonna comment a lot because I'm quite sure we'll have a lot of overlapping and I don't want to spill the beans.
I'm not so sure though.
I think we'll have quite a lot.
Alright, but without further ado, I think we should start with my number 10. And my number 10 is all about building. And we played a game recently called The Great Dinosaur Rush, where the best part of this game is building the dinosaur. And I like building in games. And that's Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
That was my surprise.
Yeah, the Castles of Mad King Ludwig is a great game. And the more I played it, the more I appreciated it. And I started playing it more efficiently and getting more points, of course, and winning as well. But on the other hand, all I wanted to do is build up a crazy castle full of different rooms, and I also like the combinations of bonuses that you will get. And I really like to have a logical but yet crazy castle with lots of bonuses there and so on. You know, it's just a really cool feeling when you close a room completely, when you fill the room completely. You will get some sort of a bonus. It feels so rewarding in this game, and just building up. I think I'm crazy about building things, so that game fits me just perfectly. And it's the other side of Suburbia, which I didn't like that much. But Castle Mad King Ludwig was just fantastic for me. At first I didn't like it that much, but then it grew me as the time went by.
Yeah, I remember Ilja he had like zero interest in the game, but I kind of forced him to play one game with me in a gaming camp and he got hooked.
Yeah.
I agree, the game is really enjoyable even if you're not winning, if you're doing bad in the game, you still enjoy due to the aspect of the building. So yeah, good pick.
Yeah. So that was my number 10, Castle Mad King Ludwig. My number 9 is all about civilization, and although it's a little bit abstract, but it's a great civilization game in my opinion, and that's Patch History. Yes.
Seriously? Top 10?
Yes.
I thought you were considering selling it.
No, never.
Okay.
Maybe you're missing something else.
Maybe.
No, I would never sell Patch History, no. Patch History is a sort of a patch building game where you patch your civilization together into something big and huge. You get more workers, but then you need more food. You need more like food tiles there. You trade with your opponents. You can confront opponents aggressively, although there is no war, but you can demand some things from opponents if you have enough political points and so on. You become aggressive as well. You can go to the war. I like the abilities of the wonders. I like the abilities of the special people, the famous people who grant you some really cool abilities. And it's just all about building up your patch as efficiently as possible. And the aspect of building it up in the first stage, it's what it was 5x5. In the second, it's 6x6, and in the third stage, it's 7x7. Something like that. But basically, you have restrictions on how you can build your patch, and there is a sea restriction and so on. All those restrictions don't make the game not so overwhelming, although it has quite many rules. But iconography is rather understandable, and everything else is understandable. So it's just a big enjoyment of like a card type, little bit abstract civilization type game. I just cannot describe it that much. You just need to play it. It's a Korean design, and it's a great game. Probably, I think, the best civilization on par with Civilization, the board game. I mean the Sid Meier's Civilization, but I think it is
it's
my...
It's not a 4X game.
Yeah, it's not the 4 games at all. No, not 4X.
But it's more like a theme is civilization building.
It's a Euro type game with cards and tiles and patches. But yeah, it's one of the best civilization games out there. That's patch history. Yeah.
That's really surprising, but I agree. The game experience is really refreshing. So this is something new, unique. Something different.
Unique and different, yeah.
True. That's
so, my number 8 is something that you might not agree with. I mean, on the position of this game, you don't like it that much, and I
think there are quite many of them.
Yes, but I just love this game, and that's Mission Red Planet. It's not my number 8. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and Mission.
I think that's my second surprise.
Yeah.
I think that should be it.
Yeah. What I love the most about Mission Red Planet is a role selection element where you select roles, then you reveal them depending on the initiative order from 9 to 1. And it's all about outguessing your opponents. What do you think? What will they play on their turn right now? Will they mess with my plans? Or, like, for example, you need to choose, I want this ability, but this ability has a lower initiative. So which means that if they play higher initiative, they will play the cards before me and they can ruin my plans, you know? But on the other hand, if you play high initiative, maybe you don't really want this ability, and so on. You need to think quite much in this game, although the rules are really simple. It's a really simple area control game where I like the aspect of, at first the board is empty, and then the people start gathering there, the Martians or whatever they are, the astronauts, sorry.
Astronauts, yeah.
Yeah, it starts to become this overwhelming mess of all sorts of astronauts, which is really cool, and then you manipulate it more and more and more, and this whatever they call it, one of the mission cards, the other like action or discovery card, I think,
yeah.
which you put underneath a territory, at the end you will reveal them, and something something good or bad. It's a element of bluffing, little bit of that, but I love the production. I love the theme of Martians, and I love the role selection that much, and it's so easy to understand, so easy to teach, to learn. It's just a blast. It's just I don't know, it's Bruno Catala and Bruno Faiduti, and they are both great designers, to be honest.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely don't like it as much as Ilja does, although it is a great game. It is a fast game, it's easy to understand and good to play with non-gamers as maybe a gateway game, but something just doesn't click with me.
I would say it's a gateway plus, or even like a lighter Euro game, because
it's a complete gateway.
Yeah, you can say that. So, but I think the roles and the role cards and the role abilities might be a little bit overwhelming for the gateway experience.
I don't know.
Depends on the players, of course. Depends how smart they are.
For all friends, it's definitely a gateway.
All right. So the next game is the one nor you nor me believed in at all, and then we got it with Secret Santa, and big thanks to our previous year's Secret Santa.
Yeah, we thought we'll give it a chance if Secret Santa gives it, sends it to us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we might not even buy it.
Yeah, we were thinking about that, but it's Blood Rage, and I don't know why I wanted this game eventually. Maybe because of all the hype that people were talking about. Yeah, the buzz. People talking that it's a great game. It's a Viking themed game with Euro mechanics, and then I realized that maybe it's something that we might like. And when we got it and when we played it, we realized that it is a great hybrid game with an area control, interesting combat solution, and Euro mechanics, and you win by points, not by destroying another opponent. Although you destroy each other as well, but it doesn't feel like a war game that much. It feels totally as a hybrid as some other games, like let's say Kemet or whatever. There is fighting, but how you specialize and how you build up and building up also. That aspect, how you build up your clan with different drafting cards. Yeah, I mean, but still, it's for me, it's a aspect of building something up, and I'm building up my clan, my sort of engine.
It's there. Every third game is building up.
Little bit, but still, that's an engine that you build up. First you draft cards, and then you basically upgrade your warriors. You send out monsters, you upgrade your clan as a whole to get special abilities, to get extra points from releasing from Valhalla or from destroying. And the expansions of the gods is quite interesting, which adds just a little bit of information to the game, but manipulates the board quite much. And the mystics, which is really cool. In our game, when we tried expansions, I tried the mystics. I basically bought them. I think I won the game because it's just basically nobody cared about the mystics, and I wanted to try them, and they are so cool. They're really cool. If you get all of them, then you'll be quite powerful. So don't let the others get all the mystics. So, but Blood Rage overall, the production, the miniatures, it looks cool, although it looks very, very trashy.
Yes, I think that was the thing that scared us away.
Yeah, that might scare many other players, but think of it as a drafting Euro type sort of a war game. It's a hybrid, so and give it a good try, because although it's quite expensive, but if you can try it, try. It's a great game. It's a great game from 2015. So it's Blood Rage. I'm babbling too much.
Yes, but I agree. This is a great game. That's an amazing game.
This is my top 10.
Good
so
pick.
I think talk a little bit more because it's a top 10.
Yes, I'm gonna just add word of
These are the games that. All right, number 6. But no, that's the caveat. I said that Patch History is a greatest civilization game out there. Yes.
Yeah.
But this other game is sort of a civilization, but it's not really. Not really. And you know what I'm talking about?
Sure,
yes, it's Archipelago. And Archipelago is a great worker placement mixed with a heavy Euro, other heavy Euro mechanics.
Heavyish.
Yes, there is exploration, there is spreading out, collecting resources, building up your empire, then trying to stop the rebellion and so on, and building up your community, and it's just and trading resources in the market, and trying to become as efficient as possible in the market as well. So it's so many great things in this game. It's a thematic game. It's a great artwork on the map tiles. It's just gorgeous. The best map tiles I have seen so far, I think, at least.
Just in case someone haven't seen our videos yet, I'll mention once again. We have those archipelago tiles made as like a map, and it's on a wall. That way you can't see, but I think we'll add a picture.
I will try to add the picture. But yeah, basically Archipelago is all about building up your community, your civilization, whatever. But I like exploring tiles. Sometimes you end up with nothing, sometimes you end up with really cool things
I like
there.
that you sometimes can even fail with exploring.
Yeah, you can fail. You need to build cities in order to control tiles, which for that you need to get resources, you trade resources, so many chain reactions there. It's just a great Euro game. I have not encountered another Euro game of that type, which is like a 3x without because Archipelago is without war. There's no war, not at all.
Like the expansion kinda adds war there, but we don't.
Just the nasty cards basically. But yeah, I call it a 3x game, and just a big epic game which can be played in 2 hours. And
you can choose and decide the length. There are different cards that give the option. Yeah, that gives the option to make a short game, medium, and long one. I think we usually play short or medium. We never played it long.
Yeah, sometimes when if you want more epic experience, we play medium, because it means we need to build up more stuff and so on.
But I think that's because we just usually play games longer than it's written on the box.
Yeah.
We are just Estonians. We think slowly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was my number 6, Archipelago. My number 5, and now I think you will start, basically, I think now you know what will be my games in my top 5.
Not exactly,
but sort of, yeah.
I know number 1.
It's a secret. My number 5 is a storytelling game.
Yeah.
Sort of a storytelling.
It's pretty much.
I would say it's an RPG in a board game, and it's a modular game, or how you say that word, or whatever. But basically, it's time stories, and time stories is all about great story. You go through the story as a team. You feel as characters there. You feel as you are in that story, and that what makes this game
I thought you're gonna make different.
just great.
I thought you're gonna just name a different game, but sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, but no, it's time stories, yeah, and
Number 5.
yes, I had such a blast and such a great experience. Even though it's just a few games, it's only a few hours. But
Nah, it's a whole day for us.
yeah,
We we played two times. Yeah,
we played on 2 scenarios, but it's such a blast, you know. It's overwhelming in a good sense. You go through the story, and till now, when we gathered together with our friend that we played the first scenario with, we remember these things. We remember, why did we do this choice over the other choice, you know, and so on. It's just a great experience, and you remember it for a long time.
Yeah.
And if you remember something for a long time in a game experience, then it must be rather a really negative or a really positive. And this one is really positive. That's time stories. If you have never tried it, never played it, I know it's expensive. It's 40 euros plus 25 for each expansion.
Not that expensive.
But come on, gather your friends and pay 5 euros each and get the expansion. You know, it's not that expensive if you gather money together and just play it. But take the whole day for that and play everything through in one day rather than split it up in different days. Because
it's
then
not
you
of taste, but we do.
Yeah, but I
We
think
do that way.
That way you will feel the immersive theme. You will feel the story much better.
But that's quite tiring. We are really exhausted after that. So
Yeah, that's our gaming day.
Yeah.
Time stories. But if we do our gaming day, the whole gaming day as time stories, then it's something really great. You know, it means that this game deserves something like that. So time stories, number 5. Number 4 is something new on my list, which wasn't there before. Yes.
I'm much more surprised than I thought, actually.
Yeah. You know what it is?
No.
All right. It's sort of a 4X game, but it's an pure engine building game.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, no, that was not a surprise.
And that's
I
Scythe.
expected that, yeah.
I am surprised that Scythe is so high, but when I made the list, I realized how much I liked, as I told you, I like building up some stuff. Like I like literally building like dinosaurs or castles, but I also like building up an engine. That's one of my favorite things in board games, building up an engine. And then you see this engine working with all this sort of extra things there, and this blends into this one, and chain reactions occur and something like that. And Scythe is basically that. The aspect on your player mat, when you each player is different, but the aspect of you do the top row action and the bottom row action is great. And the aspect of upgrading, if you upgrade, you make a top row action
cheaper, kind of.
Better. Top row action you make better, and the bottom row action you make cheaper.
Yep. That way.
Like 2 in 1 when you upgrade something, and it feels cool. What should I make better in the top row actions, and what should I make cheaper in the bottom row actions? What should I do, and so on? And you're spreading out. Yes, it's sort of a solitaire multiplayer experience at some point if you don't attack each other, but I don't really care. I still feel like I'm playing with the others. I'm racing. I feel like I'm racing to build up a greatest engine in the game.
And this game is really good if you have more players.
Yeah.
4, or if everybody has played 5, it's fine, because then the map gets tighter, and then you are forced to either like think of opponent or just attack and smash.
Yeah. And of course, many positive points for the production value, the Kickstarter experience. You know, when you confront the game, all the experience that you get, like for example, I went to the shop, if I get a great experience from just buying the game, then the game will level up for me in rating as well. Like everything influences.
An emotion.
Yeah, it's an emotion, and the Kickstarter emotion was great. The Kickstarter was just great, and the emotion of seeing all these components is just, they're stellar. Their production is just big, huge, and I know some people might be disappointed in this game because it looks like a merry trashy war style.
4X and more war, more attack, but it's
totally different look at the 4X and how Jamie Stegmaier described. And like Clive also said that our friend Clive from UK, he loves Terra Mystica, and he said he can feel Terra Mystica in Scythe, which is really great. So he liked Scythe quite much as well.
I like Scythe quite much as well.
Yeah, we'll see if it will be in your top 10 of all time.
We'll see.
We don't know, but yeah.
I don't know that either. Yeah.
Just a great game, Scythe. And then my
top 3
last 3 games that I think now you know exactly what they are. They haven't changed, to be honest. It's a small spoiler. They haven't changed from the last basically time I did my top 10. Or maybe one game changed place with the other one. The top 3 game of all time, the bronze, is Dead of Winter. Yes. Dead of Winter is not about zombies, and that's when I say it has a great theme. The zombies are there, yes, zombies. Why zombies should be a great theme? I know, I don't really care.
Like so many people like zombies, so zombies can't be a good theme.
Yeah, but still, like I'm not really into zombie themed games. I wouldn't say zombie for now. There are so many zombie games that I wouldn't say that the zombie themed game is a great theme for now. But Dead of Winter doesn't feel like that. Dead of Winter feels like a Walking Dead as a board game, and I love the Walking Dead series. And it feels like a psychological thriller sort of a thing, where each one of you has his own secret goal, but you have to cooperate, and you might have a betrayer amongst you. So many opportunities, so many different chains and things occurring as well. And the crossroad cards, they can occur rarely, but when they occur, it's something big. Something happens instantly. Something really cool, something really bad. You need to make a decision to work together, or you need to make a decision alone, and everyone is watching you, and they're like, do this, and then no, I will do something else because it's your secret objective, you know. So it's really cool, and hunting for resources, like scavenging for resources and going to other locations, and your followers, your basically people that you control, they will die. And it's all right, but it's all about suspecting each other as well. Like when my person dies out of something, for example, I decided that I will roll the zombie dice or whatever, and my person dies, and everyone looks at me, are you the betrayer? You want the moral to go down? And so many suspicions going on in the game. So it's just a great game with, I think it's a very thrashy game with Euro mechanics blended into it as well. Just a wonderful experience each time I play it. Yeah.
So, okay game, most.
No, I know that Alina doesn't like it that much, but we'll see if the long night will be, maybe.
Maybe.
Although I don't know.
So, but
the long night should be basically the same as the winter. So yeah, but I'm waiting for the long night. I really want to play the long night.
Number 2.
Number 2, you already. Yeah, because you want to talk about number
No,
two.
no. I'm not actually sure. I'm a bit confused right now. I have like 2 games that could be like at
Why?
least, because there are 2 games you didn't mention yet that I thought might be in your top 10. So I'm a bit confused now.
No, you're gonna tell me later. You're gonna tell me later
Yeah,
what they are.
yeah, but I'm still
Yeah.
quite sure it's gonna be.
So my number 2 is my favorite worker placement game, and is my favorite Euro game, basically. Yeah,
Seriously?
pure Euro game.
Oh my God.
Although it has a meritocracy theme, but basically it's a Euro game for me, and that's Empires: Age of Discovery.
Nice and mistakes.
My Mystics was earlier. If you missed it.
I think I did.
Yes, my Mystics was number 22.
22! Oh my God.
Yes, I still like it quite much. Come on.
22.
My top 50 games are
Last
all the
year-
games that I like very
I
much.
think last year it was second, or like in your top 10 at least.
No,
Really?
or something like that. Maybe it
Oh
was
my
10, number
God.
10 or something like that. It was, yeah, it get lower because we don't play that
May I
much
see now
anymore.
your list while you babble about... I know your top
Yeah,
one.
basically, yeah. But Age of Empires, Empires, Age of Discovery is a worker placement game where workers have different abilities, and the workers are different. And there's the area control aspect. You will send workers to colonize a new world, but they will grant you some other special, like missionary will grant you an extra settler in the new world. The trader will give you money and so on. The soldier will protect you or can do a war against the others. And how you distribute the workers and how you customize your empire, because you also gather buildings, you also buy buildings, and the buildings will give you special abilities. They will give you extra workers each turn. You start with 5, and each turn you will get the 5 basic workers, 5 settlers. But it's basically totally of your choosing, like a sandbox, what extra workers you want to get and what can you do or what you want to do in the next turns. It's so much game, and it's not that difficult. It's it's icon of all worker placements that I have played so far. It's the greatest worker placement for me, at least, that I have played so far. And I like the mechanic of there's a set collection of goods, and you need to get basically the same type of goods in order to get first out of all of these goods. You get the money. The money is needed for many things, especially the buildings. The money is needed for the buildings so you can get really cool special abilities into your empire. But on the other hand, at the end of the game, the set collection of your resources, of your goods, is also a quite much amount of that points that you will get. Although the biggest amount of points is from the area control, and I like scoring the areas as well, and how they score. You need at least 3 people from the same player in order for the area to score. There's those restrictions that make it wonderful, just wonderful game. One thing that's I just don't want to try in this game. It's a war. Although I might try this strategy as well. I don't really like going to war and doing the war in this game, but I see how this aspect of game can be used as a strategy. For example, when we played with Ivo, he used it against us quite efficiently.
Yeah, he was quite good now.
Yes, so all of that is great, and we have the deluxe version, which is really a deluxe version with the builders expansion in it and many cool new tiles and the nation boards which have special abilities. And the last thing, that I got this game really cheap. I got the deluxe version really cheap thanks to Kyle, so big thanks to him. It was a big sale on Cool Stuff Inc. It was something like $60 or $70. Yeah,
something like that.
A normal price is something like $150.
In Europe, it would be.
And he also gave us. Kyle also brought us all the upgrades for the other side of the board, and upgrades like extra meeples, like extra workers and extra nation boards.
We have a full set.
All promise. Basically, we have everything for this game there. Just a blast. Just a blast.
Mice and Mystic is better.
In your opinion, but that's my series notebook.
Yeah.
And in my series notebook, Mice and Mystics is number 22, which is a great spot as well.
Nah.
But I think you... Do you agree with Empires? So to be a good game. I know it's
a
not
good game.
completely your
It's
style.
a good game. It's kind of my style, but there's something, it doesn't click maybe. But that's the thing.
Sometimes.
Like there's nothing bad I could say about the game. The fact that the workers are different and they have different abilities is good and amazing and unique.
Yeah,
I don't know why it was not used more than that, but
should be used more than that.
Yeah, otherwise.
At least in my opinion.
No, it's
in this game,
okay.
it's used perfectly. It makes sense. The theme makes sense. Everything, the special abilities, they all make sense. Very much. So that's Empire's Age of Discovery, my number 2, and my number 1, which is the biggest surprise of all surprises.
Everybody knows that.
And everybody knows. Everybody's watching for you to break. And it's not. No, it's another song, but it's Cyclades or Cyclades or Cycladu. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it.
We call it Cyclades.
Yeah. Cyclades is a hybrid game based on a Greek mythology where you fight for different lands. You're trying to build your 2 metropolises. And you can build them in different ways, by gathering philosophers, or by gathering all 4 buildings, or by invading someone else's metropolis. You can win by that as well. There are many cool monsters that will influence your game, and the bidding system on the gods is just great. Mm-hmm. Where you, in order to get a particular action, for example, with Ares, you can move the troops. You want to move the troops, you need to get Ares. If you want to move the ship, you need to get Poseidon, but you will outbid each other. And at that point, when you basically bid on a god, somebody outbids you, it's your decision either to go all in and lose all your money on bidding, mm-hmm. or go on another god and think of another strategy and save up money and do a big turn with like building up buying monsters, for example, and doing everything with monsters, because the monsters can influence the game quite much. So many great aspects in this game. It has the Titans expansion, but I would say the Cyclades with the Hades expansion, which doesn't change the board, doesn't change the flow of the game that much, just adds priestesses and adds heroes, which are basically like monsters.
Adds Hades.
And adds Hades, yes. But basically, it doesn't change the flow of the game that much. This one is my number 1. If it would be Cyclades without Hades and with Titans, it might have been my number 3 or number 2. I think that's how in my opinion, that's how essential is Hades expansion. Yeah. As a whole.
I agree. Hades expansion is essential. Titans is...
I want to play Titans more, but it just didn't click probably.
No.
I think we've played more, but it becomes more of a war rather than a planning strategy and tactical aspects.
It becomes much more typical game. Without Titans expansion, it's unique. It's unique approach. Titans...
Yeah. But it all looks great, the components are great and everything, like the Mata Gods always makes great. And we're looking forward to Inis as well, which will be the fourth. In this year. The 4th. In the series of this dudes on the map. The Kemet, Cyclades and Inis will be a Celtic mythology
but Giants has dudes as well.
Yeah, no, Giants is a rather abstract Euro game. like the war type-ish game.
Cyclades is not a war game.
Combat
not
game.
Even war type-ish.
Combat game. If we say Kemet is a combat game, Cyclades is combat game, and Inis will be combat game.
Kemet is a combat game, Cyclades has combat in it, but it's not a combat game.
Whatever. It is.
It's a good pick.
A hybrid war game. Cyclades. My number 1. Thank you. So, would you like to comment on something?
I had a couple of surprises. I was surprised definitely by patch history, and
Why?
I kind of figured
It was in my top 10 before.
I don't remember.
A year ago. Okay.
I'm sorry, you did a couple of them in between, so you know, Ilja is all about this. So he makes his top 10 even a couple of times a year. So
For myself.
I kind of figured out that Castles of Magic would be in your top 10 because you didn't mention it before, and I'm a bit surprised how much you like it. And I am surprised that Action Icy Mystic is not in top 10.
I'm sorry.
But the rest
or maybe
is... Yeah, I expected Scythe to be there.
Really?
Time Stories, yeah, but I didn't think it would be so high.
Oh yeah.
And Archipelago, Blood Rage, yeah, it's... And maybe Mission Red Planet as well, I didn't expect it that high.
What?
Mission Red Planet.
Mission Red Planet? Oh, at some point I told you that I just love this game. It might be contender to my top 10 at all. But my top 50 are all the games that I will play, and they are great games. Trust me, really. If we buy some games, and we have over 100 games, like 130, 140 games, we have much more coming. And out of them, the 50 games that won't sell for sure
It's like 1/3 of our collection. So yeah, I was kind of interested mostly in top 20. I think maybe that's the reason I missed my Mystics.
But normally if we want to try the game, we will buy the game, and that's the thing. So we end up with all the really cool games, you know. And if we don't like the game, if it's okay game, we sell the game, which means that our collection consists mostly of games that we like very much. So that's the thing. So it doesn't really matter. And yeah, the overall list I think was really cool for you to watch. I hope so, and watch Alina babble a little bit on my picks, and I will babble on her picks as well.
I am gonna do only top 10.
I'm gonna destroy her top 10. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're not.
I'm kidding. All right. Empires will not be on your and Dead of Winter as well. I'm quite sure. And Mission of the Planet and Patch History and Castle Michael Ludwig, they won't be on your top 10. I'm really sure. At least half of them.
I thought we'll have more overlaps.
Yeah.
I don't have my top 10 yet, but it's kind of there. It's like a draft.
Yeah, but thank you very much for watching. And as always, subscribe to our channel, share our channel, go to Twitter, to Instagram. All the links are in the description below. Go to our guild. Please go to our guild. Create a thread about my top 50 of all time or my top 10 of all time, and say how much you hated me. Like, not me, but basically how much you hated me. You can say that too. How much you hated seeing, for example, Psychodesis #1 because it's a really bad game or something like that. I don't know people, you know. People have different opinions. Do whatever you want in that guild. Just go there, sign up, and create.
You don't need to sign up there.
Or I mean, join. Basically, sign up, join. Yeah, you need to join the guild, and then yes, you join, and then you can create threads. At least what I know, create threads, and then you can write in the forums and so on. So we see you next time in some other video. I hope Alina's top 10 will be recorded
latest in 2 weeks.
Soonish.
Yeah, but
soonish.
Latest it should be 2 weeks.
All right. Feel our feelings, and yes. Should we say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.